Part 2. How do we get organized on Earth? We get organized with this question for President Obama and all national leaders in all nations. That includes all heads of state and all members of Congresses and parliaments worldwide. Do you agree, Mr. President, that the top 5 problems of the planet are: 1, the nuclear-tipped arms race. Number 1, because it is the only problem that can destroy us, with ozone coming up quickly on the outside rail. And because by solving it, we can save trillions of dollars. 2, excuse me, excessive population and population growth. 3, the stagnant, self-cannibalizing, super-wasteful global corporate market economy. 4, disparity between the rich and poor, within nations, and disparity between nations. And 5, the environment. The Master of Ceremonies Problem that never leaves us, that we solve only in degree. If you do not agree, Mr. President, what are the top 5 problems of the planet, and where, sir, is your plan to solve them? Do I expect President Obama to answer my question? Yes, but it may be after many other leaders in Congress and leaders in other nations begin to answer the question. Will this question really bring a worldwide debate and following changes? We won't know that until we seriously try. But right now, there is no serious discussion by world leaders about any of the major problems that confront us. World leaders are currently too preoccupied with debt and financial stress. Once we get organized with the top 5 question, we need a plan to get started. And this is it: terminal planet or green Earth. Briefly, here's how we solve the top problem: the nuclear-tipped arms race. All nations reveal their total military armaments and personnel by a certain date. All nations begin reductions in their defense departments. Every reduction producing greater parity between traditional foes and enemies. And all nations will contribute about 1/3 of their military forces to the UN Blue Helmets, which become the cops of the planet. Within 6 years, all nations will retain about 1/3 to 1/2 of their current military forces, with some in the Blue Helmets. The Blue Helmets will be closely supported by democracy-building Green Helmets. Both Blue Helmets and Green Helmets will be ruled by lots of safeguards to keep them honest and on task. Instead of 80% of the body bags returning to the USA, it's time for us to come home from the Middle East, for the rest of the developed world to pick up the slack, and time for the body bags that are the result of suppressing violence around the planet to go to every continent.